Hi everyone, my name is Gabriella. I'm going to be presenting my ePortfolio. So I'm a junior at the University of Laverne. My major is Educational Studies, and I'm going to be studying for my master's degree in special education immediately after I receive my BA next year. I would like to become a special education teacher. I have provided a picture with me and my son. He is my world, and a picture with me and my family. I like to spend a lot of my time with my family when I have free time. School and work and my son keep me pretty busy, but this has been a great year. Even though we were off, we got to spend a lot of quality time with my family. So the ePortfolio is on the course Education 385, History and Culture Society. So this course we were asked to be able to understand multidisciplinary social studies curriculum. So we were to define social studies as well as apply the California Common Core standards when creating grade level lesson plan for a social studies class. We were supposed to be able to describe the major components. Students should be able to discuss different theories and methods of teaching history, culture, geography, and economics and civics by the end of the class. And finally, students were to be able to create grade level annual lesson plan to meet the California Common Core standards. So our first major assignment was the annual pacing schedule. This assignment we were to make a pacing schedule for any grade K through 8. We were to design a schedule based on the Common Core standards. For me, I chose to do first grade, and I really enjoy working with slides. I think it was a great way to display my work and display all the activities that I would like to do in conjunction with the units. This is an embedded link, so you can go ahead and click on and read through in detail what I did. And I also included references from the activities that I chose from the internet to use with my unit. This project was really fun. It really showed me how much work goes into creating an annual pacing schedule and all the work that teachers really do put in. The next assignment would be the twin text. So we were to pick 2 books to use in or after a lesson. We were expected to locate the ELA standards that would be addressed along with the books of the English Language Arts Standards, Common Core. We were also asked to create and find activities that we could use along with this textbook. So I chose to do 4th grade. I found a textbook that hit all the California Common Core standards, and then I chose to use the Native Peoples of California and the California Gold Rush. I think that these books would be able to enhance students' learning with what they have learned through a lesson in the textbook. I found some activities on the internet, and I also cited those in my project. From this assignment, it just showed me how well we can use other books, fiction, historical fiction, or even actual nonfiction books to use in conjunction with the textbook. The next assignment was going to be the cultural learning experiment. So this assignment, we were supposed to visit virtually a place or visit a place in person that culturally were not represented in. So I am Hispanic. I grew up in a predominantly Hispanic area, but I did live in Garden Grove for a while, which is down the street from Little Saigon, and I didn't get to visit this place in person recently, but I have been there before to shop, and so when I used to live out there, so I decided to pick Little Saigon. We were expected to identify how people could be discriminated against or experience possible prejudice because of their cultural differences by people who lack experience or knowledge of cultural differences. We were also to identify how living in a community where your culture is prominent, it helps people flourish. For me, the takeaway I got was to understand how cultural differences really play an important part in people's lives. It's huge to remember when you're a teacher. It is important for teachers to understand that not all children come from the same backgrounds, and to be able to be compassionate and understanding when dealing with all students. So again, I embedded my Google Slides, and you can go ahead and click on and look in more detail. So the next one we did was the integrated lesson plan. So this one we were asked to use California Common Core standards for both social studies and another subject to create a lesson plan. We were to use the LaFetra template by the University of Laverne and identify all the sections. So I decided to do language arts with social studies. The objective of my lesson plan was to have students write a well-informed news report on historical events or a person they have learned about in social studies. The students would present their papers to class and take questions. So I was able to identify the Common Core standards that they were going to be hitting, and I went ahead and used the template. The takeaway I got from this assignment is how important it is to understand to integrate different subjects and how it will help students in their learning process. The following project we did was the unit lesson plan. This assignment was to be a detailed unit lesson plan. We were able to use the information from our annual pacing schedule. The California Common Core standards were to be identified in this plan as well, and we were to find activities and books to use along with to help with the unit. I decided to first use in the California Common Core standards for first grade Time for School. I searched the internet for research to help me and created a great plan for the unit. This one was also very fun. As you can see, I used Google Slides. It's very easy to read, and I think as a teacher, this would be something that I would use in the future because it organizes my work, and if anybody ever came in to sub my class, they can go directly off of my lesson plan. And it's just important to, the other takeaway is it's important to take each unit takes a great amount of time and detail. So this document that I use, I think will really help me teach a better unit and will help students learn much easier because of the organization. The next major project was the technology investigation. This assignment, we were to create a way for teachers and students to use technology to teach or learn social studies. This one was pretty fun because I didn't realize how many resources were out there for both teachers and students. So I decided to create an interactive newsletter as if it was to be given to teachers or students and offer digital resources that can be used to teach or learn social studies. I chose fun websites and interactive games that would keep the students engaged and teachers up with the times. So here's my newsletter. It's linked onto here for you to look at. The takeaway I got from this assignment is how important it is for teachers to be tech savvy. This is important because everything is on the screen now, and with the recent events with the pandemic, we see how important it is for teachers to be familiar with technology. I also learned that it's important for teachers to use technology because most students are familiar and only know life with it, and it will help keep them more engaged in wanting to learn more. The virtual community service, I actually started this not knowing I was going to need it for this class, and it was, it ended up being a great thing. This assignment, we were to offer time to help members of the community. We were supposed to do it virtually or in person, and we were expected to do a minimum of 15 hours. I chose to help my stepdad with U.S. government class back in August. He's been a teacher of 30 years, and like most people, the pandemic changed his normal life completely. This includes teaching. He's not very tech savvy and was lost in March of 2020 when he was forced without notice to go completely virtual. He had a really hard time, and when the new school year started and was still going to be completely virtual, I offered to help him learn how to navigate the virtual class and make things easier for him and overall, I was able to help him, and he feels much more confident using technology in his classroom. So here I have attached my community service project, and it's more in detail what we did as far as the hours that I put in with him and specific things I helped him with. The assignment was very fulfilling at the end, and I really enjoyed helping him learn. It's something that I want to do. I want to be a teacher, so this was teaching people and helping them learn is very fulfilling to me. Technology runs in and out of our everyday lives, and I think it's extremely important for people to be trained on it for work and just everyday life. So in conclusion, this semester I learned a great deal from this class, and I feel that I have met the course objective and then some. I really enjoyed the projects and the group work and even weekly assignments. At times I felt it was a lot of work, but at the end of the semester I really felt that it all played a big part to what I learned. This class has given me the tools and knowledge that I will need not only use to teach in the future in social studies classes, but for other subjects. My favorite assignment was the unit plan. I really like how I was able to use the knowledge I gained from previous lessons and really displayed what I learned. I really felt like I was understanding the class and making great progress. This was a fun class, and I am thankful for the things that I have learned and can apply to other classes. And I've attached my references for all the resources that I use for my ePortfolio. Thank you, everybody.